Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH guide for today. We'll be looking at a legendary creature that was shown in last episodes, and the last episode, which was a request, by the way, made by one of my commenters. And if you want one of your requests fulfilled, like you want to see a certain commander on this channel that has not already been featured, then be the first one to comment on this video and then type the name of the commander, and I will fulfill said request. But even if you aren't the first, I encourage you to give feedback anyways. I've been getting a lot lately and I really like it. So keep up with the feedback, guys. Keep hitting the like button, stay away from the dislike. Tell me what I do right. Just give me feedback. Also subscribe. We're at 28 subscribers, so 2 away from 30. Let me know if you guys want my next milestone, 30 subscribers. So like a 30 sub special. Do you want that? Do you want 35? Let me know. So that way I can animate and give you some ideas. Anyways, with that said, let's take a look at Ognis, the Dragon's Lash. This, honestly, I in my opinion, is better than Vazi. But Vazi is still powerful. Go check that video out. I accidentally goofed up, by the way, and posted the wrong one. So this is a haste tribal deck in Jund colors. So that is nice. And this commander is his mana cost is very flexible. Because all you need, because you could cast him with 2 colors of mana, even though he's a 3-color commander, which is very nice. So this deck can actually be very quickly summed up. So let's just get straight into it. Real quick here. Urabrask, the hidden, to give all of our creatures haste in case there isn't any, and to render our opponent all the more defenseless due to his second line of text. Warcry Phoenix as kind of an eternal attacker. Flame Wake Phoenix, since we'll definitely have a creature we control with power 4 or greater. So that can come back. Hellkite Igniter is great in this deck. Flying Haste, not to mention it can get +X/+0, where it's the number of artifacts we control until in the turn, and we're making treasures, so that's nice. So I'll get buffed up real nice. Crater Hoof Behemoth probably as a game finisher. And this could come out really early with how much mana we could be making. Goldspan Dragon to double up the amount of mana our treasures are able to produce. Questing Beast, nice attacker and blocker. And to make sure that combat damage dealt by our creatures cannot be prevented. Hellrider to deal even more damage as we're attacking. Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker, give us another scary, hasty creature that we already have. Volatile Arsonist, and Dire Strain Anarchist to deal damage, even more damage to our opponents, their planeswalkers and creatures. Strangleroot Geist, because it has Undying, so it'll come back stronger. Kamal's Will to make use of our lands and to get rid of some big threat. Vengevine, again, like Warcry Phoenix and Flame Lake Phoenix, something that will come back. Daragaz Reincarnated. Again, this can come back as well. Xenagos, God of Rebels, to power up our creatures. Legion Warboss produces tokens that will gain haste, and they're forced to attack. So, Goblin Rabblemaster, once again, creating tokens with haste, and can buff itself up when it attacks as well. Insurrection, again, possibly end the game, since we can get all all creatures, and they will all gain haste, and that means we'll also begin. If we don't kill our opponents, we'll get a lot of treasure out of it at the least. Twin Flame to use our treasures. Banehound, nice turn 1. Clackbridge Troll, whittle away at our opponent's board state. And if they don't choose to sacrifice, it's going to be their life. Orcus, Prince of Undeath. Well, their life in the game, just to make sure. We're not killing anyone outside of the game. Let's be clear. Orcus, Prince of Undeath, can wipe out a whole bunch, can just be a board wipe. Again, make use of treasures and get us a whole bunch of creatures back. Mistcutter Hydra, because blue can cry about it. Inferno of the Star Mounts. Like I said, once again, since it can't be countered, blue can cry about it. Could possibly also be a win condition if we can buff it up to the 20, to buff its power up to 20. Because if we do, with its activated ability, then it deals 20 damage to targets. Frosta, Tempest Roar, end up being a really cheap 7/7 with trample, and also trample over planeswalkers, meaning that if this deals excess damage to planeswalkers, instead that excess damage is also dealt to our opponents. So this can get rid of planeswalkers and deal damage to our opponents, and just do a whole lot in general. And it's hexproof as long as it's about to this turn. So an amazing attacker. Froghemoth for graveyard hate and to gain us life and buff itself up. Vigor to make it even harder for our opponents to kill our stuff, at least via combat. Enraged Forerunners, possible game ender here. Giving everything +2/+2, trample and haste. Stormbreath Dragon, another nice card here because it has 2 forms of evasion, pro white and flying, and it can punish someone harshly for drawing a whole bunch of cards. Helm of the Host to make copies of our stuff and give them haste. The Taroskew, another nice attacker. Waker Root Elemental to turn our lands into 5/5s. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, to double up the number of counters we put onto opponents and or players, and to half the number of counters our opponents put on opponents and or players. Yadaro, Wandering Monster for card draw, and for what could possibly a 2-mana 8/8 with trample and haste if we cycle it enough. Rubble Belt Rioters, this can buff itself up a lot depending on which creature on our board state has the greatest power. Grand Warlord Rada, to give us even more mana. Same thing with Cloth, except to an even greater degree. Tylon's Skin Shifter, copy something that we attack with. That's non-legendary, of course. Chroma's Memorial for evasion, allowing for blocks, guaranteed trample, and pro red and black. Since most of our stuff isn't like instant sorcery based, this won't put much of a dent in our plan. And this gives us even more evasion. Mirror March, this can get out of control. Elemental Mastery, to create even more hasty attackers, to get us more treasure. Mirage Phalanx, I don't know, to make copies of our creatures and give them haste. Loyal Apprentice, make us flyers that will gain haste if we have our commander. Vexing Devil, don't know why I put this in here. Some part of me must have thought this had haste. You could probably replace this with something like Lightning Elemental or Hell's Thunder, I think it is. Wolfgar of Icewind Dale. I think this will double up the number of treasures we get from attacking with haste creatures. Druid's Respiratory for even more mana. Inspiring Statuary which will allow us to make use of our treasures even more without having to sacrifice them, which is really big. Paradox Engine to untap a lot of our stuff when we cast a spell, and Vedalken Ori. So when we end up untapping our treasures, we can use them at any time to cast creatures if we need to respond to something really quick. And then Spinemark Knoll and Gaia's Cradle. Spinemark Knoll, obviously, we're red. We're going to be dealing a lot of damage, more than 7 probably. And Gaia's Cradle, since we'll be able to play out so many creatures, so this will get us a lot of mana. And then 16 basic swamps, 16 basic forests, and 16 basic mountains. That is it for this Commander Guide starring Ognis, the Dragon Flash. I will I want you guys to subscribe. Sorry, I was about to say goodbye. But please subscribe and like. We're at 28 and we're well within 30. Give me feedback, please. I've really been appreciating it here lately. I appreciate every and all feedback, as long as it's not too hateful. Not that you guys were anyways. And hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss any more of my content. Share this video along with other videos found on my channel with others. And if you're the first comment on this video, then you can type in the name of a commander that you have not seen on this channel, and I will fulfill your request if that is what you want. But still comment anyways, like I said. And then like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share. All right, yeah, that's everything. Now I can say goodbye to y'all. See ya in the next